Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8.
Silly, silly little cat, how I wonder where you're at. Are you sleeping in
Louder.
a tree?
Yeah.
You should be cuddling with me. Silly, silly little cat, how I wonder where you're at.
Okay, sneaky cat.
Silly little cat, how
Louder.
I wonder where you're at.
Are you meowing? Running. Or
Are you playing with the sock you found? Silly, silly little
come to the line, cat.
how I wonder where you're at.
All right, guys, places. Places. Okay, everyone. This is the tale of millions of cats. Once upon a time, there was a very old man who bowed, and two very old women. And they lived in a nice, clean house that was covered, surrounded by flowers. And they loved their flowers, and they looked at them a lot and smelled them. However, they could never be happy because they were very lonely. And they looked lonely too. They looked so lonely. And the old women said to the old man, "If only we had a cat," said the very old man. And then the little old lady said, "Yes, a sweet little fluffy cat." And then the little old man said, "I will get you a cat, my dear." And the old man set out over the hills and over the valleys to find one little cat. And it took him a very, very long, long, long time. When finally he came to a hill that was quite covered with cats. He was so shocked. He was surprised. He jumped. He went, "Ah!" He said, "Ah!" He raised up his hands like this. Just like this. Oh my gosh, there were cats here. There were cats there. There were cats and kittens everywhere. Hundreds of cats. Thousands of cats. Millions and billions and trillions of cats. "Oh," cried the old man. "Now I can choose a cat and take it home with me." So he chose one. It was white. Then he chose another one because, he had to have that one too. And then he saw a gray one over there that he needed. And there was a black and white cat that looked like it wanted to come with him. And then there were two fluffy cats that looked great. And in fact, all of the cats looked perfect. He kept picking them. He kept pointing at them and picking them. When suddenly, he had picked all the cats. So he took them back on the journey home. And they went back over the hills, over the valleys, and suddenly they stopped. "Meow, meow, meow," said the cats. "We're hungry, thirsty, we're thirsty." So the old man said, and they all took one sip. And the whole pond was gone. And they continued on. It was very funny to see all those hundreds and thousands and millions of cats. They stopped again. "Mew, mew, mew," they said. "Where's this? We're hungry." So the little old man said,
There is much grass on the hills.
so they all went to the hill. Okay. And they all took a mouthful of grass. And by then all the grass was gone. So he continued on. So the little old lady said, I know. Let's have them dance. And whoever can dance the longest is the cat will keep. And that's what they said. So all the cats started to dance. And dance. And they danced all night. And then they all fell asleep. And the old women and the men walked around looking at all the cats to see if any of them were still awake. And the old man said, they're all asleep. What should we do? And the old women said, I know. Let's just keep them all. And the kitties woke up